Alright, what is up, guys? I hear myself. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm Mark with the Rad Computers Computer Repair Stream. We've got a lot to do today. Mainly due to my desire to help everybody as soon as they come in through the door. So the people that came in before I came back into the store a while back need some attention. So we're going to try to get all this done. Let me see what this is bitching about. Why my stream has something red on here. Failed to connect to chat server. Please try reloading the page. Well, that's on Restream's side. They're trying to fix a back-end problem. Probably that has to do with the relay bot not working consistently. I cleaned my desk quite a bit. I added a KVM switch and all this other stuff, so I'm excited to see if it actually works because I haven't tested it yet. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on a desktop right here that has a problem booting to Windows. It's boot looping, so we're going to try an update rollback, and then we will probably do a new SSD. Then, luckily, so we were working on Ari's computer the other day. She's the one that always brings me the Haribo stuff. We actually have this computer in here, which is also an Asus ROG that is powering on, but isn't showing anything on the screen, and I think it has an identical DC jack and identical power button. So the DC jack, so the power button that we ordered the other day didn't ship. They refunded me the money on it because they didn't have it in stock. So we can at least use the parts out of this, hopefully use the parts out of this to test hers, and then we'll know exactly what the problem is, and if it doesn't turn on, then we know we have a bad motherboard. The downfall of that is that I got to take apart another computer that's got about 1,000 screws in it, and I'm not really looking forward to that. So, after we do this one, then we have this drive right here, came out of a laptop that had a bad motherboard. We are going to try to make this drive, this one right here, it's inside of an adapter. We're going to try to make this boot by using the server that I created a long time ago that was only temporary. Replacement for the one that I'm using now to stream. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can make this boot on that server, and then if we can, we're gonna find his contacts and do all the cool stuff. I might not be able to show you all of that, but we will try to at least make it boot on another machine, which would be fantastic. I imagine we're gonna hit a couple of blue screens, his original one, and then probably one with the chipset. We're gonna troubleshoot all that as we go. Then we will have a computer with a fresh install of Windows and a data migration, but that should allow us to use our KVM switch. So we'll have this one running in the background if we have to do a fresh install, and then we'll have another one running in the background while we do a fresh install. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we have a data transfer and an all-in-one Dell Inspiron 23 teardown. Well, it's boot looping, so we'll see if we can fix the boot loop first and then clone it. But regardless, we're going to wind up opening it to put in a new hard drive. And then lastly, we have a fresh install, data migration, and a laptop. So, lots of stuff to do today. I think I have a little less than 3 hours to get it all done. I think we should be okay. I don't think we'll have a problem with it. So, first things first, keep your fingers crossed. I'm really hoping that this KVM switch works. Had to piece it together using the KVM that I found, a random ass 5-volt adapter, because that's what it takes. I taped it up under my desk, like I ran all these cables and shit. Speaking of, I was supposed to have a white HDMI cable delivered today. Where's my white HDMI cable? You sons of bitches. It might have been today or it might have been tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Okay, so it's tomorrow. Alright. So we're gonna have that drive or the cable delivered tomorrow. In the meantime, I'll go grab another HDMI cable and we'll try the KVM switch that way. Alright, so we're gonna power this on and keep your fingers crossed. I have the KVM going into the Elgato. I don't see anything on the screen. Terrible. Terrible. Hold on. Let's make sure the Elgato is actually connected. And you guys can't see me because I muted my camera. Hey, there's a sexy guy. Make sure the Elgato shows up in the list. Alright, there it is. Game Capture HDS. So one of two things is happening. Either it doesn't recognize, or we have another problem. Let me go grab another HDMI real quick. That would really suck if that KVM didn't work, because I was underneath my table for like 2 hours yesterday trying to make this stupid thing cable managed enough so that I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. Hey, alright. We still don't have video, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I say that's a good thing because now I don't have to worry about whether or not my KVM is working or not. I think. I still don't know. We're about to find out. Hey, okay, wait, we do have video. Shit. Alright, well I've got a keyboard drawer down here regardless, which should still work for the KVM. Hey, okay, it does work. Sweet. So, let's see what it does. Oh, it's Windows 7. Oh yeah, that's right, he told me that. See what it does, see what it does. Hey, there's a hot lady right there. Welcome to my babe, Retro Space Kitty. Thanks for joining me, hun. We have a ton of computers to fix today, so thanks for being here during the computer repair extravaganza. Alright, so we got post, like, initially, and now it doesn't seem like the computer actually does anything. Also, this computer is loud as Fractal design case. How does anybody deal with something this loud? Why is it so loud? I don't know why it's so loud, but it sounds awful. So he has a 840 Evo in here, which I believe is his boot drive. And for some reason, whenever I try to boot it, It thinks that I want to go to the boot menu, which is fucking retarded. I'm pressing F8 to bring up the boot menu select screen, or not the advanced menu select screen, and alright. Guess we'll pick the drive. There we go. Hot. We're gonna do disable automatic restart on system failure so that if it is actually failing, we can get a blue screen that provides us some information that we can use to figure out what the problem is. Ooh, complete black screen. So, that's not good at all. It's not even giving a blue screen, it's just cutting out. But the computer was up for quite a while before it did that, which means that whatever the problem is not related to the BIOS. Although if it's going black, that very well could be his graphics display card initializing incorrectly. So what we'll do is we'll tell it to boot from Windows again. This time we're going to go into safe mode, which does not initialize the graphics card. Looks like he's got a VAST on there, that ASWB log. We might have a graphics card problem, people. I love having this keyboard here. I put it in my keyboard drawer and it's lit AF. So, alright. I got a keyboard drawer for $20 on Amazon. It's like the best investment I think I've made for this stream since being in the new office. Alright, blue screen 116 is a graphics card problem. You can see the blue screen code right here. It's 0, so that's the shorthand for it. The longhand is 0x00000116. And if we look at my list of weird fixes, 116 is a graphics card problem. It's either getting too hot or a driver needs to be updated. Hey. Let's see how much space he's using real quick. Oh yeah, he's almost out of space too. Well, that's okay. I'm plugging in my thumb drive. We'll do a quick cleanup for him. He still said he wanted to go to a 500 gig, which I ordered. Yeah, I've got some here. I don't know. Let's see what he's got. I believe in safe mode it just tells you that it's a Microsoft display adapter. Nope, it's GTX 780. Let's figure out what the driver date is on that sucker. If it's MSI, I would not be surprised if it was dead. 3/23/2018, so the driver is definitely out of date, and video updates like every 3 weeks. Okay, class. Either his top panel USBs don't work, or doesn't even say he has a DVD drive. Okay. Alright, let's plug into the back real quick. Heyo, there it is. Hey. So if we go to our weird fixes and then we do common VSOD solutions, 0x0, here it is, top one right here, 0x116. This is why I write these down, guys. It's very important to know. This is update the graphics card driver or suspect the graphics card is getting too hot and malfunctioning. Well, once it kicks on, the computer blue screens or locks up. So yeah, remember this. I've seen this problem enough times to know But in the wild, I wouldn't doubt that a technician would only see this problem once every 2 years, and I honestly think the last time I saw this problem was 3 years ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the device management console, and we are going to, hey, what's up, Adam B? We're going to go into the display adapters. We're going to delete the display adapter and the driver software for the device. This should allow us to boot back into normal mode, hopefully, because it's going to register it as a regular display adapter, and then we should be able to download and install the NVIDIA adapter. Let's see if I got this done. What is the DDU? Didn't I plug in? Let's see. Yeah, it says one has a connection, so... Oh, I'm in, Alright. I'm in safe mode without networking, so... That's why we're not getting anything. Alright, so I'm going to plug my thumb drive in here. Are you talking about a driver update program? Because there's no way in Hades I would use a driver update program, dude. Alright, we've got the display adapter from April 24th, which is new enough to me. That I don't feel we really have a need to update. Oh, the display device uninstaller. So I use a program called... I don't remember what it's called. Give me a second. It is called... Gosh, I don't remember. I haven't used it in so long, I haven't needed it. It has a diamond logo. Maybe that is the display driver uninstaller. Yeah, no, that's not it. I don't remember what it's called. It looks like that. The interface is similar. But... I don't remember which one it is. It's similar to DDU, but they recently started asking people to buy it, so... I don't know. Oh, right on, man. Congrats, dude. They want you to build their slow-ass BIOS for their headset. Okay. So, what are we gonna do? What am I doing? I need to see the screen. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and reboot the computer. We're gonna restart it normally. Graphical issues don't necessarily mean a hardware failure with the graphics card. It can be a device driver problem. It can also be a RAM problem. But it's not necessarily the graphics card, but most likely it is the graphics card. Especially if you're getting artifacting or like speckles on the screen, dots, lines, blocks, things that look weird, colors start looking like black looks red, red looks green, and it's kind of like randomized, then I would suspect the graphics card first. Alright, so we're in Windows now. We're in Windows and the USB isn't working. Rad Computers, this is Mark. Yes, I'm well, how are you? Okay. Yep. Okay, no problem. My pleasure. Bye-bye. Alright, and give me a second. I just missed a phone call. Client in the morning canceled. Doesn't need the computer that we quoted him, which is okay. It's interesting because he said he has an IT guy that he doesn't like. Then the IT guy provides him a quote, which I guarantee you is going to be $100 cheaper. Alright, I'll talk to you in 6 months when his computer decides to shit out because he built it like ass. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. This KVM is junk. I need to get a different one. We will do a safe power down by pressing the power button. Actually, you know what? Let me just unplug the KVM and plug it back in. So I unplugged the KVM. Yeah, if you think my services are expensive, if you think I'm expensive now, wait until you deal with the other guy. And then I have to come back in and provide my services anyway because I'm having to fix all of his mistakes. I'm wondering if his USB 3.0 ports don't work. Which means whoever did this computer last didn't install his drivers correctly for like half of anything. Heyo! It was a good movie, Captain Marvel. Alright, so let's run my cleanup on this real quick. We want to run a cleanup on it because he's almost out of space. IO Gear makes a decent KVM. The one I'm using is from SIG, S-I-I-G. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. Pick a 4-star one or better on Amazon. Good grief, Avast. Shut up. God, we stopped recommending Avast because these pop-ups are fucking massive. Like, if it weren't for these pop-ups being ginormous in size, I don't really think it would be such a big problem. Yeah, that and the ads. Your computer is running slow. Would you like us to clean it? I'd like for you to stop asking me. How's that? Buy me then. Why? Alright, so he's got like 3 gigs now. Okay, it's better than the 500 he started out with, and it's not really the point of why we're here. We need to go into our gaming PC apps and install the latest graphical driver. Now, if we are mid-installation and his card decides to quit, then he has a hardware problem with his graphics card. And I have a tester that I can go over and pull and stick it in his machine. I guarantee you we won't have that problem again. So, that's how it goes. Alright. So the issue with this one is that it doesn't boot into Windows. When the So he brought it in because he couldn't get it to boot into Windows. It would just die. Screen would go black, he wouldn't see anything, nothing. So I replicated the issue here on stream, and then I booted it into selective startup mode and told it to stop rebooting and to display an error code, and we got no error code. It would just stop. And so I booted into safe mode, and safe mode worked, and so my first thought was that the graphics card was bad. Bam! The NVIDIA graphics driver is not compatible with this version of Windows. It might be because this is a legacy card, so let us just double verify that by going to NVIDIA's website here. Please don't be on porn for the last website. Okay, perfect. We're gonna go to NVIDIA's website. Let's check his device manager too, because he's got his Teredo tunneling interface is messed up, and we can't get to the web. He might have a hard-coded IP. It says it's disconnected. Your mom's disconnected. Okay. God, he's just got one problem after another. Alright, so let's go to the device manager real quick. Let's delete the Teredo. Oh, there it is. It is disconnected. He has two of them. He has a bottom one and a top one. Instead of enabling the one that's not here, let's just move the cable over. I know, yellow flags piss me off too. We're still going to delete the Teredo tunneling interface. Alright. Hey, we got internet. We're on the interwebs, y'all. Okay. Let me create an output projector so I can read. Oh. Derp 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 derp. Gimme more. Gimme more. Output projector. Full screen. Alright. Here we go. Now I can read. I couldn't read before. Now I am learned. Come on, NVIDIA. Did you make your website suck? Yes, you did. Bastards. Okay, we're gonna go to GeForce drivers. We don't need the automatic update. Just do a manual search. Holy shit, that's a lot of cards that have come out since this series. It's not the 780 Ti, it's just a regular 780. It's detecting 32-bit? But he's got a 64-bit operating system. So normally, this will show up with the correct info here, but for some reason NVIDIA's website thinks it's 32-bit. Which isn't the case with this computer. It's the case with that computer, which has 8 gigs of RAM and a 32-bit operating system, which can only use 3.5 gigs of RAM. Okay, so this is the exact same driver that we just tried to install. God, Avast, fuck off. Alright, so this is the exact same driver that we just tried to install. It might be different. I don't know. Who is to say? But if this doesn't work, his graphics card is bad. He needs to get another one. We'll find out if he wants to clone. Stop it. Stop. Just stop. Stop. You're not cute. Delete. God, it's like latching on like a bad ex. I don't think the installation media is bad because I've run this on several other computers without any problems. I honestly think, coupled with his initial symptom, that it's definitely the graphics card. So, we have to figure out what the problem is, and then we have to call him and let him know and find out what he wants to do. Now is a great time to upgrade his graphics card, especially if he's playing games. He's only playing Minecraft. Oh, wait, hold on. He's got good old games. Used to. He's got King Isle Entertainment, Wizard 101. StarCraft 2 does require some stuff. But if you go back and you look at the top of the list, he's only playing Steam games. Not Stan. It wouldn't be that. It's probably his background. We don't go poking around, I just want to get the job done. Let's see. So I see Steam installed, but I'm not seeing the directory, so he probably has a custom location for it. Yep, okay. So he has an entire drive dedicated to Steam. And in his Steam apps, we can get a good idea of what kind of games he's playing, so that we know what kind of graphics card to recommend. He's playing Ark, Borderlands 2. Hey, we have a Borderlands 2 player. Don't starve together. Woo, yeah. Dungeon Defenders 2 sucks compared to Dungeon Defenders 1. Let's see here. Yeah, he's gonna need a pretty decent one. The 1050 Ti, I think, would... So the 1050 Ti is equivalent to the... I think it was the 780. Let's reference GPU Boss for this one. Do we have this yet? Oh god, and Zone Alarm. Please, please, no. 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 Fuck. Have I done work for this computer before? No, okay. It didn't ask us if we wanted to overwrite, so this might actually be a different driver set. Alright, so we're going to reference the 780 non versus the 1050 Ti. We're going to hit up user benchmark on... Well, we're going to hit up user benchmark first. .780 is 74th in speed. So the 780 trumps the 1050. The 750 does not trump the 1050. We have a good generational gap, but it is not strong enough. The 1050 is not strong enough to really seal that gap. So let's check it against the 1060. That's 6 gig. There's no point in buying the 3 gig. And come on, scoot it over. Yep, 1060 takes the lead by 16%. Yeah. So at minimum 1060. But the 1060 right now is basically the same price as the 1660. So let's check the 1660. I've been buying the 1660 Ti quite a bit, so Hey, 51%. Yeah, how you like them apples? Okay. So this is asking us if we want to install. He might not have a bad card. It might have just been a failed driver. Which would be great for him because then we could put the 500 gig SSD in there and then he could move his Steam database, his heavy games back into his SSD like Borderlands, Dungeon Defenders 2, Ark, all the high-res, high-texture, first-person shooter type games that really eat up a lot of drive space. You'd be able to move those onto the SSD and have them launch up much faster. Removing previous version. Hot. No, it's not the bad installation media. So NVIDIA has packaged their driver set differently for legacy cards. Ooh, what? We need more space. Your mom needs more space. Alright, it's time to bust out a tool that I like to use. Not the one in my pants. It's not my multi-tool. It's the one that is in my portable apps start menu. So yeah, it's not bad installation media. It's just the wrong version installation media. All right, so we're gonna go all the way down to WizTree64. So it's the exact same driver file, but it's packaged differently for the legacy stuff. We're gonna scan OSC, and I'm hoping he's got a bunch of log files in here that are eating up space. Ooh, yeah, all this Apple Mobile Sync backup shit. My program should have actually cleaned that area out. Huh. Let's run it again. Radboss. Marks cleanup. It should be cleaning out that Mobile Sync backup folder. It's part of the cleaning process. Alright, let's look at something real quick. I'm mad now. I'm perplexed. I definitely know I explicitly stated for that folder to be cleaned up. What? Is this an old version? Huh. Well, I just can't be having that shit. Alright, let's fix this problem real quick. Hey, so this is going to be inside of the user profile slash app data Apple? No, app data local Apple. Nope, it's in roaming. Apple computer Mobile Sync backup. Alright, so we're going to add this to our list of things to remove. Windows users don't even know that this exists. It is something that you would want to exercise caution with, but typically the reason that our customers bring us computers to fix for space reasons is because they're iPhone users and they're experiencing this exact issue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell it to delete star.star. Making batch files on the fly, people. FSQ. That will recursively delete everything without asking, and it'll do it immediately. So let's try that. This batch file is set up to open up all the tools I would need to really clean the computer pretty deep. Hey, there they go. Peace out! Mobile sync backup. Get out of the computer. Pieces of shit. So my cleanup tool does a bunch of just regular maintenance tasks. I can go through it one by one, but in short, it's just a bunch of shit that I would clean up if somebody were here in the shop. Alright, so I'll go through this real quick. So this first part, echo off, I'm sure you know what it does. It just tells it not to display every single piece that's inside of the batch file. Then this part right here, from the set local enable extensions all the way down to this, is just to make it, force it to run in administrator mode. If you just double click on it, it will create it'll try to create a file and then check to see if that file was created, and if not, it'll actually re-escalate the batch file itself into administrative mode, and then it'll ask you to confirm that you want to run it using the user account control settings if they're enabled. This will make a directory with our company name inside the C drive where we put all of our tools. It starts copying our user icon and stuff onto the desktop, flushes the WinSock, flushes the DNS, starts the application wizard so I can see what's installed, starts my little custom start menu for portable apps, runs Ghostbuster. Let's see here, that's been deprecated. Opens up the device manager, I don't need that anymore because I use Ghostbuster. Opens up services in case they have a virus infection, I need to stop the service. Opens up msconfig so I can make sure that it's still in normal startup mode instead of selective startup mode. Opens up the Internet Explorer wizard so I can check for proxies. Let's see here. This right here, this if exist, is to determine if the computer is running Windows Vista or higher, because Windows Vista got rid of the C:\documents and settings section. And hey, what's up, Deddy? Yeah, dude. So this checks to see if it's running Windows Vista, and if it does, it starts the task scheduler. This checks to see if it's Windows Vista, and if it is, then it skips over this program, which is explicitly used for Windows XP. It's called Dialefix. So then it opens up hijack this, it starts deleting temp files, temporary internet files, cookies, now the Apple Mobile Sync backup, prefetch files, temp files in the Windows directory. I need to have it delete the CBS log files because those can get extremely bloated. And then it's supposed to delete ghostbuster.ini, but I actually need to fix that because it hasn't been copying it correctly. And then it also runs CCleaner in auto mode using an ini file that I created to do a bunch of other stuff. And then lastly, it reminds me to run Malwarebytes in every profile and to run the PC Decrapifier program, which I'm actually replacing now with a different tool. Holy cow, it's a bunch of stuff. Alright, let's check out this paste bin. So... oh, you know what? Hibernation file. I think this is an old version because this is supposed to knock out the hibernation file. When was this one created? Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so I have a bunch of other stuff. It's supposed to turn off the hibernation file. Because most computers that we run this on... Oh, no, that's what it is. We don't have it set to turn off the hibernation file because not all... No, it should turn off the hibernation file. It should not turn off the paging file unless it has 16 gigs or more. This one does. So I'm going to turn off the hibernation file, which is power cfg administrative command prompt /h off. Following are preventing hibernation on the system. VGA save. Don't know what that means. Okay, so his is already turned off. So the other thing we need to do on this computer that'll save us a lot of space so we can install the driver correctly. We need to go into the advanced system settings and disable his virtual RAM because he does have 16 gigs and he also is using a solid state drive, and you don't want virtual memory running on a solid state drive. Windows 7 does not detect solid state drives. It's already set to not have a drive here. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. We got rid of the mobile sync backup stuff. Let's go ahead and make it back over to WizTree. We'll rescan it. It's got a bunch of stuff in the driver store. Fucking Zone Alarm, dude. Zone Alarm is eating up all this space. For checkpoints, no less. They're just log files. What the fuck, man? Alright, so we're gonna explore this folder real quick. Look at these log files from 2017. Are you fucking kidding? Oh my god. Alright. What are these? King Isle. What's this? Hibernation file. Which I just tried to get rid of. So it says that it's disabled, but the 16 gig hibernation file is still residing on his C drive. Actually, this is a 12 gig. Okay, so I don't see it, so we're going to do Alt-T-O is the fastest way to get to the folder options in Windows 7. It's Alt-V as in Victor Y-O for Windows 8 and 10. Alright, there's the hibernation file. It's been created. We can't delete it because it's currently in use, even though it says it's been disabled. So this computer's a fucking liar. Alright. Let's boot it into safe mode with networking real quick so that we can try to get rid of the hibernation file. That'll only take a minute. Windows 7 on a 4770 with 16 gigs of RAM on a Samsung 840 Pro or Evo, whichever it may be. I'm actually surprised the 840 is still kicking because they have a firmware problem that causes them to croak sooner rather than later. Rad Computers, this is Mark. Okay, sure, what can I help you with? Sure, so you want to create an RDP? Sure, yeah, we can do that, and I can actually get that process set up remotely and test it remotely, which is the best way to do it. I would just have you install my remote software on your server. That way I could have access to a computer. I need to open up the ports on the firewall for that, and then I would need to open up the port forwarding inside your router for that specific protocol. And I can get all that information from my remote software except for your network login for your router. No. So you don't need to have it set up, but having an SSL certificate will help you with compliance purposes. So if you need PCI compliant stuff, then having that SSL in there to prevent unauthorized intrusion is definitely going to be something that you want. But it's not necessary to get the process up and running. No. Yeah. The domain is most likely going to be used for a redirect so that your staff can go to like rdp.yourdomain.com or whatever. But it's really not necessary. We can also do like a dynamic redirect, which would give you like basically the same IP address, but you, instead of paying for a website, then you would just be paying for the redirect. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like the best. We've had to get rid of some of our customers for the same reason. I totally get it. Yeah, I get that. So our on-site rate is $125 an hour. Same for the remote rate. I typically like what you're asking for. I literally just did yesterday, and it typically only takes about an hour to an hour and a half. We do charge by the hour unless you're subscribed to one of our care plans, and then depending on the care plan you get, we round our hours differently. But I mean, yeah, I can get that stuff taken care of for you, and then test it externally and make sure it's working and all that stuff. I won't have to reconfigure anything but your... It likes to, like, if you have CenturyLink where you are right now and then they get you a new router, then I would just have to reconfigure that router. But if you're taking a router from one location and moving it to another, then the only thing that we would have to configure is if you don't go with a dynamic redirect, we'd have to update the IP address of the 5 people that are connecting. But if you are going with a dynamic redirect, it would automatically take care of itself. Okay. So our entry level tier is $10 per month per device. It comes with a managed antivirus, health monitoring on the computer, automatic monthly maintenance, so that the junk files and stuff like that gets accumulated when you install updates, program updates, uninstall programs, reinstall programs, all that stuff gets cleaned out. It doesn't delete any of your data, it just tries to keep the computer running, and then if something is going wrong with the computer, we normally get a notification about it. Correct. Yep, and you don't have to get it on every computer. You can just put it on the computers that are used the most, or whichever one you feel needs it. And then we just go from there. We do make recommendations for people based on what we see during an initial evaluation. So if it looks like one computer is needing more attention than another, we might tell you to get on a gold plan for one and a silver for a different one. That's $30 a month per computer, and that would come with 3 free repairs per year or 6 on-site hours, and that's per device. So the free in-shop repairs, you would just bring it to us, we'd get it fixed. If we have to go on site, then it would be a total of 6 hours divided into 2-hour blocks. So if we have to go out there one time, that consumes 2 hours immediately. But you get that per device. So if you had 5 devices, you'd get 30 free repairs, 30 free on-site hours, and we could spread them out. Like if one device is just being super problematic, then we would do that. But the repairs are labor only. It would be labor, and then you would just have to pay for any part. For example, I'm doing work for an interior designer right now, and I've exhausted about 6 hours on site, which would normally be about $1,200 to $1,400. I'm sorry, 9 hours. I've exhausted 9 hours over there, which is close to $1,200 after our labor rate, and he's not having to pay for any of the labor because he's subscribed to our Platinum plan on all of his computers. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. So if you're doing an RDP, it is the terminal server. Usually it's standard practice to virtualize that, but then you'd have to install all of the apps that are going to be accessed inside of the virtual machine. Your licensing may not allow that if you already have it installed on the host machine. So if you okay. Yeah, so I mean, if your apps are already there, yeah, that's okay. If your apps are already there, then we can definitely get the applications set up, or get that terminal server functioning. That terminal server that he has that you have would have to be running a Windows Server version that supports the number of concurrent users that you're going to have connected remotely. Otherwise, you might be limited to like 1 or 2 or 3, however many your licensing supports. I think Windows Server 2019 Essentials can be sold in packs for users, but I'd have to look to see what they changed in that. I know they released it last year, but most people that I know of that need this done are running like Server 2008 or Server 2016. Essentials is kind of a home-based version for people that want to have like a small server setup with file sharing, restricted access, but I don't know what it does for RDP. There's always workarounds for it though. well, I'll have to do an initial evaluation and figure out what you've got. Do you want to? Yeah, absolutely. Right. Okay, yeah, text me, and as soon as I get a break in my day, I'll give you a call. I've got about 7 computers ahead of you, though, so it might have to be tomorrow. Okay. If you ever have to fire an IT guy or terminate his employment or contract with you, lock him out of the computer before you tell him that he's being kicked out. It is not. It is. Well, I can help you with that. If push comes to shove and you decide to go that route, call me first, and I'll help you with that. The last thing you want is a rogue IT administrator coming back and burning your system. Okay. No, I'm still here. Yeah, so... Yep, send me a... Okay. Okay, sounds great. Thanks for... I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, no problem. Yep, I can hear you. I'll wait for your text, and then I'll get back to you when I have a break in my day. Hello? God, people and their phones, man. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. Holy shit. Attorney with a bad IT guy. So, we need to fix this VGA save problem. I was looking at it while we were doing this, and hey, thank you so much for the follow. Let me see here. I saw it for a second and then I forgot. My medication sucks. Alright. Who'd we get? We got... I know that follower notification came up, damn it. I saw it just now. That's replaying the sub. Oh yeah, so I see all these subscriptions, but I don't see the follower notification. Where's the follower notification? What the fudge? Ah, there we go. Pigmo Blamo! Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here on the Rad Computers computer repair stream, where today we are actually repairing computers instead of building one. Okay, so one of the things that I needed... Oh yeah, no, I agree. Rogue IT is a nightmare. So I want to disable the hibernation file so that I can try to reinstall his graphics card driver, but we might not be able to until we have enough space. Oh, we got plenty of space now. Hot! Alright, let's see if we can get this driver reinstalled again for the 13th time. We're gonna let it... Oh shit, it's not booting. It's doing it again because the driver is bad, so we gotta catch it. Press that F8 button, so hot. I don't know why they got rid of it in Windows 8. Like, who does that? I didn't ask you to get rid of my stuff. Alright, so that's the problem that we're having. It goes to no signal or blank screen if you are attached directly to a monitor instead of the Elgato. CyberPower PC. I wonder what kind of graphics card this is. I'll bet you it's MSI. I just want to bet you that it's MSI. I just want to bet, like, lots of money. All the monies. Oh. No, it's not. It's actually EVGA. The 780s did run kind of hot. There actually might still be a warranty on this card too, but because it was manufactured by CyberPower, he would have to have his original receipt. And even then, I think they only give you a year warranty because it's not purchased directly by you at retail, because it's OEM. So, let's see. Oh, what am I doing? I'm trying to skip a step here. Dev management. Alright, we need to delete the device driver again for this. Heyo. System device is acting up. Which one? Okay. Alright, we're going to do a regular reboot now. It'll boot to Windows. We know it's graphics related. We just don't know if it's driver or card yet. So we downloaded the latest driver. His driver was over a year old. It was March 2018. Now we're just waiting to get back into the operating system in normal mode instead of safe mode with networking so that we can reinstall his graphics driver. The latest and greatest, and if we still have the same problem, then guess what? His graphics card is bad! Originally, he was getting just black screen, no blue screen, it wasn't showing anything. I booted it, just to recap again, I booted it into safe mode. It came up with an error that said, I'm sorry, your computer had a serious previous shutdown. What do you want to do about it? Blah blah blah. Here's the blue screen code, which the blue screen code was 0x116, which I immediately recognized as being bad graphics driver or bad graphics card. I tested it by booting into safe mode, which does not initialize the graphics card's upper level functions, so no 3D rendering. And voila, we were able to boot into safe mode. Well, I mean, we already knew that's how we got the code. Alright, and we've got zone alarm. Gosh. Rad Computers, this is Mark. Yes. I'm well, how are you? What is this for again? Oh, yes. I am so sorry, yeah. What time do you guys leave? Okay. How about tomorrow morning at between 8 and 9:30? Okay. So 9:30 would be okay? Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I've been on a medication that makes me forget stuff because I am being treated for epilepsy, and that's one of the side effects, so I completely spaced out. I know I was supposed to be there on Friday, and I completely forgot. Let me get your address real quick. Let's see here. Okay, what's the address? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. The laptop, correct? Okay. Is it running really slow? Okay, yeah, is it just running really slow? How old is it? Okay, I'm gonna take it with me too. You need a hard drive. Based on the symptoms you just gave me, I'm 100% certain of that. Yep. So let me take both. They're both probably gonna need drives. Blue screen is most commonly caused by drive issues, and your slowness and lockups are caused by drives. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I'll just grab both, and I should be able to fix them both and bring them back to you. Yep. Yep, there's no way you're going to want me to do it on site, because if the drive is freezing and locking up, it could take me all day, and I have to charge by the hour. Yep, if I do it in shop, it's just a flat rate. Okay. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. I've got it down for, yep, right after 9. My pleasure. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was supposed to go there last Friday, and I upped my medication on Thursday night and completely spaced out the next day. My bad. Alright, so this time it should ask us if we want to overwrite. No! Windows is asking us if we want to reboot because it's already installed a default driver, which may be the one that's causing the problem, which is frustrating. So catching up on chat real quick. Hey, I have a memory issue too. Deddy, I saw that you had the issue. I had that issue too, actually, at one point with a GeForce 7600 GT a long time ago. I had the same issue with my GS750, my server. Legacy can be bitch. Hell yeah, it is. Alright, we should definitely have enough space now. I freed up over 11 gigs. Hey, I have a memory issue too. It can be annoying sometimes. Mine isn't due to medication, it's just my brain. Yeah. Me and my fiance have the exact same problem. We'll remember shit like 10 years from now, but I won't remember shit 10 seconds from now. So, yeah, it's funny. I remember all of her stuff though. I just don't remember any of mine, and she just doesn't remember anything in the short term, which is okay. But it's really funny to watch us like shuffle around our house looking for like some random object, and then she has a problem where she can't see it if it's directly in front of her, and I have a problem where I can't see it if it's black. So we're like always scrambling around, which is why I got this really cool, what is this? It's like a hydro flask, but it's called a hydro cell. I got her one too, and it stays cold for so long. These vacuum sealed double walled insulated thermoses are amazing. But like, I left this morning at, God, when did I leave my house? I left this morning at like 8:50, and it's 4:20 now. I know what my fiance is doing. I left at 8:20, or 8:50, and it's 4:20 now, and I still have ice in this, and I've been drinking it like all day. And the only reason the ice is melting is because there's air that's not, it's not frozen. So anyway, yeah. 4:20, blaze it. No drug talk on Twitch. She has a medical card. I'm in Arizona. Screw you guys. Alright. It is installing the driver, installing the driver, installing the driver. Hey, now we can restart. We should be able to at least check the driver before we do that. Alright, this should be 4/17/2019. Hot! Alright, we'll go ahead and tell it to restart. Hey, Captain Marvel! Oh, and as of last week, I lost 40 pounds since the beginning of the year. So, yeah. Those of you that remember me being skinny in the beginning when I started this stream 4 years ago. Guess who's back, baby? Mr. Skinny. I still have 20 pounds to go. I always lose 60 pounds or nothing at all. 60 pounds lost or 60 pounds gained. Actually, when I started gaining weight, I was 147 pounds. I guess I gained 70 pounds. No, it was 155. So I put on 62 pounds this time, which was crazy. That was over the course of 2.5 years, though. So, thanks, McDonald's. All right. So I remember faces, I remember sounds, I remember smells really well, but I don't remember locations. I mean, I'll remember places and how to get anywhere, but I won't remember where I put this sponge. Ever. And yes, Crystal Disc Mark is what I would recommend as well. Why do you miss Chubby Rad? Oh man, yeah, no. I gotta get married, guys. I don't want to be chubby in my marriage pictures. So we told the computer to reboot, and it did, and then we got nothing. I'm still huggable. You just gotta hug, like, more of me. But yeah, my keto Instagram is lit AF. Like, it's funny, my Facebook friends check my keto Instagram more than people on Instagram. Like, I have more people that just go to my Instagram link and don't follow me than I have people on Instagram that actually follow me. Okay, let's see what we get. Start Windows normally. If I was an animal, I would be a human. Hey, we got a bad graphics card. Case closed. Say hey to Tiki Dr. K. Hey, Dr. K. My name's Eric, and my computer isn't starting up correctly. Alright, let me call him real quick. He has a 4770K, so we could technically take this graphics card out and then just run it off of that. So... let's see here. All right. If I could come back as any animal that wasn't human, I'd be a dog. I like dogs. They get all the happy pets. And they can fart, nobody cares. I mean, people care, but you can just do it anyway. They're just like, ah, he's gonna do that. That'd be awesome. Oh, you know what? He wanted to be texted anyway. Let me just text him real quick. I forgot I put that on there. Didn't print out on the original sheet. So, hey Eric, it's Mark with Rad Computers. Your diagnosis is complete. Call me when you can. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this computer off my desk. I'm going to put it in my waiting on customer pile. We're going to tear down another Asus ROG. Hey! It's kind of a big computer. Holy cow. Alright, so next up, we have this massive Asus ROG, which is identical to the one that we were trying to fix the other day. So, alright. Let me just mask over this stuff. I don't know what any of this means, but it looks important. So, with Ari's computer the other day, the computer wouldn't turn on at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to do two things at the same time. The reason why I'm getting this blue painter's tape is because she has a bunch of like stuff written here. I think they're passwords, but just to protect privacy for the purpose of this. So here's the thing with 0x116. The majority of the times that I've seen it, a graphics card update would fix the problem, but it would come back after 2 months and then I would wind up replacing the card anyway. So I would just jump straight to a card replacement. Usually the customers that come in that have this problem aren't needing anything high-end, but in this case it is a gaming computer, so okay, so with this computer, the problem that we're experiencing is we get power. As you can see, we've got the power light here. Did I not change this to manual focus? Or regular focus? Hocus focus? Let me fix that real quick. Change the top-down properties. I promise I know how to do video. Promise, 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 promise. Wow, that is focusing like crap. Did I grab the camera? Hey. There he is. Hey, Eric. Yeah, my pleasure. So your diagnosis is bad graphics card. I was able to boot it into safe mode. I uninstalled the graphics card driver and booted it into Windows because there was no driver, but as soon as I try to reinstall the driver, it goes back to doing the exact same thing. Yep. You have a GTX 780 in there right now. If you wanted to get something comparable to that, you could try going with the GTX 1060 6GB, which would be slightly newer, but it's about the same price as the 1660, which is a pretty powerful card. I looked at your Steam library. It looks like the most powerful games you're playing are Ark and Borderlands 2, Dungeon Defenders 2. So if you want to continue to be able to play those games, then I'd recommend the 1660. Let me check. So we recommend going with either EVGA again, or we prefer Gigabyte. Both are pretty solid companies. I don't see their issues too often. And the 1660 is $219 for the non-TI, but I would recommend the TI, which is about $50 more, $60 more. 50% faster. 5-0. So I did manage to free up 11 gigs, and I could free up another 12 on that solid state, but it's so small, it's 120 gigs. I can put in a 500, and then you can move some of your higher resolution games onto it so that they launch faster. I've got the 500s here. I would just need to clone the drive over and then do that stuff. Or if you still want to go to Windows 10, I can do an in-place upgrade and then clone it over for you if you don't want to lose any of your programs or settings. Actually, I can clone it over and then do the update. Hard drive would be about 100. Actually, no, hold on, that's for a terabyte. Give me just a second. That's for a terabyte. Let me see what this price is. I just got a bunch in, and... Nope, yep, it'd be about 100. So, you'd be looking at 175 in labor for everything, 100 for the drive, so that's 275 total, and then plus the whichever graphics card you decide to go with. You don't even need the disc. I can do it for you. I have all the tools necessary to get it done without needing any of your stuff. Correct. Yep, and if you told me to do it today, I would just need prepayment on that graphics card. Just because it's really expensive, and we've had people leave their computers here for like 6 months to a year sometimes. So I'd just get... Okay. Alright. Okay, sounds great. Yep, my pleasure. Bye-bye. Alright, so Eric, the computer we were just looking at, was quoted $175 in labor to replace the graphics card, clone his drive to a 500 gig SSD, and then upgrade it to Windows 10 so that he doesn't lose programs or settings. He's going to think about it and call me back for... he's going to think about it and call... Hey, Zeus. He's going to think about it and call me back before 6 o'clock. So, with this computer, which is for some reason not focusing. Is it just me, or is it just not focusing? Focus, 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 focus. Even when I manual the focus, it's not focusing. Let's reinitialize this camera real quick. It's kind of an odd position for that to get stuck in, guys. Alright, we're gonna deactivate it. Activate it. Yeah, you're fine. Come on, Razer. Quality camera right here, guys. Come on, Razer, I'm demonstrating your product and it's failing.
Did you know that there was a computer shop on Baseline Country Club?
Yep.
Are they good?
Nope.
That's their inventory.
Oh, yeah, I know this one. This is, This is he's a kid. He's super young.
Yeah. He's the one who bought it.
Yeah. This is Mark. Hey. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll start the clone today. All of them. Yeah, we take all the cards. Uh-huh, sure do. Okay, give me just a second. So that card after tax is gonna be... Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, that card will be here tomorrow, and so I should have your computer ready for you before the weekend so you can get your game on. And it is going to be $303.23 after tax and shipping. There's $23.24 in tax, and the shipping is free. So give me just a second, and I will take your card. One moment. Alright guys, I'm going to put you on mute so I can get his card number real quick. Alright, sounds great. Alright, thank you. My pleasure. Bye-bye. Okay, so Eric called back, so we're still going to try to finish this diagnosis real quick, and then we're going to go back to his, clone it, and do a bunch of other stuff. I need to order his card real quick, so I've got you guys' chat up, so if you have any questions in the meantime, let me know. what I've been doing is I've been paying down my credit card a little bit at a time, and then I've been charging to it, which is like the best way to do it. That way I accumulate mileage. This is the way I'm going to do it from now on. So okay, give me just a second. This way I'm paying down my card and I'm accumulating airline miles at the same time. And then once the card is completely paid off, then I can sit back and relax. So I'm basically paying like $10 or $15 over every time I make a purchase, because I know that I'll have money coming in along with. And then this is Finances 101, guys. Alright, let me go order that card real quick. Should be in my cart already. Yep, getting it tomorrow, putting it on the American Express. Alright. Cool. I like this method. This is the smart way to pay off my credit card. And we're still worrying about the Razer Kiyo not doing anything. I'm gonna close the stream for a second and I'll be right back in like 10 seconds. Be right back.